Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to start with this. So Ripple Labs to buy back 10 billion XRP from its circulating supply. This was everywhere on crypto Twitter. But think about how much Brad would have to shill out to buy all that XRP. It would be $5 billion. But right away, people said, this is it. This is the moment XRP takes off. Well, even David Schwartz talks about the speculation around it. So Ripple CTO ends speculation on 10 billion XRP buyback. We do sometimes buy XRP, but I don't know of anything specific that this could be referring to, and there's no official source mentioned. There was absolutely nobody said this. It was like made up, and yet everybody gets up in arms about it, and people actually made videos around it. That's why I always tell you, I see things a lot of times, but I wait and see how it plays out, if there's any merit to it before I share it with all of you. Because, we have so much speculation around XRP. We don't need any more at this point. So XRP poised to repeat 2021's 1,000% bull run in 110 days. The countdown has begun. So if we go by this charting, that's going to put us in October of this year. So projections suggest that XRP's price could skyrocket from its current 49 cents to a whopping $5.12. This potential 1,000% surge is expected to occur over approximately 110 days, mirroring the 2021 price surge. The estimate date for XRP to hit this price is October 2023, a mere few months from now. And, honestly, that timeline plays out pretty good, because then there's this. XRP lawsuit. What is the average time taken for summary judgment? While it has been about 110 days since the last ruling, the average time taken by federal judges to deliver summary judgments is about 166 days. According to an analyst on civil case processing in federal courts by University of Denver, for all summary judgment motions, the mean time to rule was 166 days, but the variation across courts was even more pronounced, from a low of 63 days on average in the fastest court to a high of 254 days on average is the slowest court. Therefore, even if the average time taken is considered, the final ruling may have slight chances of delivery within Q3 of 2023, and that falls in line with XRP surging to over $5 around the same time period. And even if you look at the things that are playing out in the market right now, with BlackRock all of a sudden coming into crypto, all of a sudden Gary Gensler going after Coinbase and Binance to slow them down. Ripple still tied up in this case makes all kinds of sense because of that. And in the meantime, we have FedNow going live. So a lot of things are playing out perfectly for XRP to surge in the fall. Ripple Partners Federal Bank and Lulu Exchange launched cross-border payment tool for Indian expats in Bahrain. So with the new tooling, Indian expats in Bahrain will be able to pay their domestic utility bills in a streamlined manner. The services will be available in both a web interface and mobile applications. Now, over there, they love the mobile applications. I've seen countless videos in India, people using mobile apps, using crypto to pay for things at the same time. So it makes sense for Ripple Partners to be tied in there as well. But that's very big news because it shows you how crypto is even getting more adoption there. And that they have a lot of population, which means they can possibly move the price of XRP if they're handling a lot of transactions there. Meet Aladdin. Aladdin is actually a network composed of 50 supercomputers that now manages a whopping $21 trillion in assets, which is more than the GDP of every country on Earth except the US and China. AI over $21 trillion. And this is how they are going to take control of Bitcoin. The same way, there is one AI that has a monopoly on Wall Street, is now more powerful than politics, and is buying up every asset in the world at a faster rate than ever before. I think BlackRock is coming to buy up as much Bitcoin as they possibly can get. And anybody holding Bitcoin would definitely hold out from selling it. Hold on to that Bitcoin. Because I think as BlackRock keeps taking control of it, it could possibly push the price pretty high in the future. The one thing I'm worried about is I look at BlackRock as a Trojan horse around Bitcoin. I'm going to do a separate video on that. And it makes a lot of sense because of the ties to the World Economic Forum and certain people inside the World Economic Forum as well. But again, I don't want to have crypto turn into the next Wall Street, where nobody can make any money except the big corporations. Former SEC attorney says crypto is going to have to play the political game to get legislation through. So the legislation was proposed by two House Republican committee leaders, Patrick McHenry of the Financial Services Committee and Glenn Thompson of the Agriculture Committee. It's a working draft, Garrison said, and there are some major sections that require ironing out. Chairman McHenry of the House Financial Services Committee cares deeply about crypto. He cares deeply about providing clear rules of the road on one hand, Garrison said. On the second hand, I think not only in this context, but in many other contexts, he's deeply concerned about SEC Chair Gensler's approach to regulation. The problem is, it's going to be hard to get anything passed right now until we see till we see power change inside of Washington. In other words, even if the House passes something, it's hard to get it through the Senate. Most of the people in the Senate are so anti-crypto at the same time. That's why a lot of things in Washington, I think, are going to change after 2024, because crypto is going to be on the ballot. It's coming. FedNow to launch in July. It will be the framework for a CBDC to compete with other P2P payments using digital assets like crypto and NFTs. The one thing I want to point out, everybody's all hyped up around FedNow right now. But I don't think this is going to move the price of crypto at all. First off, it's domestic payments. Then you got to have a trial and error period, I'm sure, where, it's going to go live. And how many banks are going to jump on board right away? How many corporations? There's going to be a lot of factors in there. But I don't think we see any movement, again, most likely in the fall. So this is why we Bitcoin. This is actually why we buy XRP. They printed $8 trillion, gave you $1,400 stimulus, sent the rest to their friends, and left you with inflation. And that's how we got to where we are right now. I honestly still have my stimulus. It's tied up in XRP and a few other cryptocurrencies as well. JP Morgan rolls out JP Morgan coin blockchain payments in euro. Now, this is why everything's being held back right now. So JP Morgan can get all set up all throughout the world. Same thing with other banks. I'm sure Goldman Sachs is out there, getting involved with crypto in every country possible. But then it's also happening overseas. Banking giants, Credit Agricole, Santander, seek to provide crypto custody in the future. So it looks like it's a grab from all the big banks around the world. Right now, they're all trying to get in on crypto. And I don't think it's a good thing because, again, it will lead us to a time where only the banks are making the money. Same thing as now. We've been in this banking system for how many years? This traditional banking system. And it's the same way. They take your money that you put in your savings, they lend it out, they collect 6% interest and kick back to you less than 1%. The same thing's going to happen if these banks get involved with crypto. Ripple launches CBDC platform for the development of CBDCs and stablecoins. One thing I want to point out here is this: end user wallets. Users of digital currencies such as corporate and retail end users will be able to hold their digital currencies securely and be able to pay and receive payment for goods and services in the same way other payment and banking apps provide this today. including for offline transactions and non-smartphone use cases. Now, the same way Ripple talks about use cases and CBDCs is the same way they're talking about it over there at Quant. I did a video yesterday on it, and the way the Quant CEO, Gilbert Verdian, talks is that the central bank will never care what you're buying with your CBDC. They don't care if you're buying a ham sandwich. But I think that's only in the right hands. And I think that's going to be an early thing. Later, all of a sudden, the elites at the World Economic Forum take control, and all of a sudden, your money's getting shut off. Then it's too late. Everything's put in place. The old system's gone. Cash is gone. All we're left with now is a CBDC. Then you have no choice but to fall in line. And I think that's what they're pushing for. Whenever they talk about it being like another Cash App, oh, it's not a big deal, that's when you need to worry. Because then they're trying to sell you on the idea. The same way they sold people on the COVID vax. I remember people saying, you enter a drawing to win a brand new car. And some people did by getting vaxxed. If they want you to have something too bad, it's not good for you. And anytime they try to sell it to you any way possible, again, it's not good for you. I don't like the idea of CBDCs. I think it's great technology in the right hands. In the wrong hands, all of us will be slaves to the system. And I think that's what all these elites are pushing for. I even think BlackRock getting involved in crypto right now is to cut off any escape route. But again, I'll talk about that in a different video. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this one. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.